think most everyone out there now is already aware that the pictures of the new Glock 17M have leaked. The Firearm blog did a full article on the Glock 17M, including pictures. Now, the Glock 17M is the Glock specifically made for the FBI. When the FBI set their criteria for a new duty pistol, they pretty much eliminated the Glock with the things that they required the gun to have. But Glock said, aha, you can't beat us. We'll make a gun specifically for you. And they did. Now, I got several emails this morning asking me, had I seen it and what did I think of it? And no, I hadn't seen it. Actually, that's how I found the article on the Firearm blog, is the people sending me emails this morning. But now I have seen it, and I'll tell you what I think of it. Before I do tell you what I think of it, let's talk about the major changes to it. To me, the major change is the fact that there's no finger grooves. That's the biggest change. But beyond that, there's also another big change that I didn't think we would see, and that is a flared magwell. Now, the flared magwell is something I didn't think they would do, but they did. And I know a lot of people are either going to love it or hate it. I kind of like it. It's not something that I actually love, but, I don't think it's a bad thing. Now, is the flared magwell something we'll see on the Gen 5 guns? Because I don't think this is really a Gen 5 gun. This is a Gen 4 gun that's been modified. So the fact that they did the flared magwell on this gun means we might see it on the Gen 5s, but we'll see. Now, another fairly large change is that there is now an ambidextrous slide release. And, I put that on the picture that I did. Not too long ago, I did a mock-up of what I thought a Glock Gen 5 would look like. And if you look at it side by side with the 17M, they look pretty much the same. The biggest difference is I did a compact, because when the Gen 5s come out, if I bought one, it'd be the compact, not the full size. But if you look at the Glock 17M next to a compact, what I thought the Glock Gen 5 would look like, they're pretty much the same gun, with the exception of the flared magwell. Like I said, I didn't think they would do the flared magwell, but it's there. And there is one last change that I guess is kind of a big change, and that is that they are doing a standard rifling in the barrels now. But you've been able to buy that option from aftermarket producers for so long, whose barrels are actually, I think, better than Glock's barrels. I really don't know if that matters much or not. Now, there are some other differences also, like supposedly the safety plunger is different. The recoil spring assembly is a little bit different. Actually, not the recoil spring assembly, but the channel it actually sets in is a little bit different. Now, I really don't like the new Glock recoil assemblies. They're very complicated. They're a really overly complicated mechanism for what's supposed to be such a simple gun. This is a real turnoff to me. I really don't like the direction Glock has gone in recent years with their recoil assemblies. Just way too complicated. Like I say, kind of defeats the purpose of having a really simple gun. Now, there's also supposedly some changes to the finish and some other little things, but those are the major differences right there. And like I said, nothing really surprising. Looks pretty much what I thought the Gen 5s might look like, with the exception of the flared magwell. Now, the real question is the 17M an indication of what we're going to see on the Gen 5 guns? And I think it probably is. I think you might see a lot of the stuff that's on the 17M come to the Gen 5 Glocks. If people really like the no finger grooves Glock, I'm betting that might be on the Gen 5s. But I'm not really sure that they will go with a finger grooveless grip. It depends on what the public reaction is to the new gun. They might do the flared magwell, but once again, that'll probably depend on how well people like the flared magwell on this gun. I know Glock themselves are not big fans of the flared magwell, so we'll have to see how that goes. And will we see an ambi slide release on the new Glocks? Well, we don't know. Maybe. We'll see. So I guess in the end, you really can't say one way or the other whether the 17M is an indication of what the Gen 5s are going to be. It's kind of a toss-up. We'll just have to wait and see. But as for the 17Ms themselves, they are out there. And as for what I think of them, well, I guess I'll just have to say, just when I thought a Glock couldn't get any cheaper looking or any uglier, they had to go and prove me wrong.